All right, I'm back. I had to deal with something real quick. So, main light that you see, that's all the light that you're seeing. This one is a specific plant one that I've actually set for to be my morning light as well. So, I'll show you. If I turn this one off, it's just dimmer and in a little bit different color. And then the big one does all the work. But so that's my morning light and my twilight light now. And it's actually pretty funny because as soon as I put that on there, and like I said, I've only had the white clouds for a little bit and they weren't doing anything. They were like, they were showing a little bit, but like maybe once a day. But now, like when they go between the red and the yellow, they'll just start flaring up towards each other constantly. And I think that's got them to start spawning. And as you can see, that white cloud minnow female right there is pretty swollen with eggs. But I don't have to worry about waiting for them or anything, because she's just going to drop them every day. And then they take like 2 days to turn into a little fry. So I bet I have a bunch of little fry inside of here. But they are going to stay in there for a long time while they grow. They normally will try and stick to the walls. But yeah, I probably have a bunch. I just won't know until they grow. That's going to be probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they start being sizable, before they start coming into the tank. And I have 10, just like my rummy nose, I have 10 white clouds, so that's the only way I'm going to be able to tell if they've had babies, is because once they start coming out and everything, sure, they'll be a little bit smaller, but they're all already microfish, so they're going to come out and start doing their thing once they're not afraid of the size of the other fish, and then I just won't have 10 anymore. That's really kind of the only way that I'm going to tell. And they're cool fish, super cheap, very readily available. My rummy nose are still obviously my favorites, because look at that. Just look at it. It's amazing. And when they make their runs, I sit here, work from home setup now. I just sit here and I just stare at them when I'm making phone calls and stuff. They just make the rounds. They'll just spin around and around and around this big plant. And it was kind of funny. I came in and turned and put a flashlight on the tank one night because I wanted to check the temperature, because I had turned it off when I put the new tank in, and because I wanted to see, like, I know that some of my fish are like the white clouds, for example, they're cold water fish. So, and then I have everything else in here is tropical fish. So I had it high. I had it like 78 degrees, 79 degrees. And so I wanted to try and see what it would do if they would stress out. Any of my tropical fish would stress out if I went heaterless. And they did. 2 of my rummy nose got a white cloud over their eye. And I think it's like consistently the right eye, but it's only 2 of them. It has actually gotten smaller, so I know it's not ick. I know it's not anything else. It had to have just been like a stress induction coming to the new tank, and then the temperature not being right and all that stuff. So I just put it back up, and the white clouds can live in the 78 anyway. It's not gonna. It's up there. It's where like the limit is, but it's worth it because the rummy nose cost more. You can't get them, and I just got lucky. I even bought these ones. It's a special project that will go out and collect them from the drying up ponds, drying up little pools that they're in. And so I bought those ones. All these ones were gonna die on just burning up in the sun, and so I paid a little bit more than the normal ones because they're wild caught and compared to the bred ones. So all these fellas came straight from the wild, and they're beautiful. They're my favorite ones. The rainbow ones are very cool, but just not the same personality. And schooling, obviously. If you haven't seen a really good schooling fish, this is the one. Here, check it out. Let's see the top one. Yeah, he's gonna hide now, but he might come back. Still the top one. Right side one now, that one right there. He's one of them that has the spot on his eye, but it's almost gone now, and it's only been like 2 days since I turned the heat back up. And there was another one that had a little bit larger spot, and that's how I noticed, was because this one specific one stopped swimming with the herd, and it just stayed up in the top right here above this plant and sort of stayed stationary. And I was like, dude, that is not normal, because they do not leave their school. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh crap, there's something wrong with him. And I came and took a look, and his whole right eye was white. And but he couldn't, and so he just couldn't see through it, and so he couldn't school because half of his vision was gone. But he can now see through it. He's rejoining the herd. He never stopped eating or anything. He was always good like that, but had to have just been a stress thing. I know, I just keep holding it right over there for no reason, but here, I'll just get him out. See, they would always stay together, and when I saw the one out by himself, I was like, whoa, crap. Oh, but back to my story. I came in here with a flashlight on because I wanted to test the water temperatures. What are you doing, Cory, kid? And there was no rummy nose in the tank. I was like, oh, okay, I wonder where they sleep. And they actually just point themselves down and in. And so their tails were just sticking out from the plant, like just sitting there. A bunch of rummy nose tails just sticking out of little cracks in between leaves. And so that's pretty cute that they sleep inside of that plant like that. This guy, the celestial pearl danio, this has become his permanent home. He just stays in there. They're always skittish fish anyway, super skittish fish. And so he just sort of stays around this plant and can rush into it anytime he needs to. Because as you can see, they can get through it. It's fully through now. The plants are big enough to where it can literally live inside of it like a labyrinth. And then just pick up all the different food that comes down and just live inside there. So that's what he does. He sort of just chills around. He does come out to have some fun every once in a while. So I think that he's not going to be as stressed as the other guys. But if I had 10 of them in here, that would be a bustling little bush right there. And that would be awesome. With super cool celestial pearl danio coloration, the blue color with the little white spots, and then the fire red fins, with my contrast of the red nose rummy nose. Could be a really cool tank. And then the white clouds too, but they're always just going to stay up at the top, which I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like having top dwellers. Oh, yep, they're going after the food. I don't know. I just don't know. Because they're not... I don't have a background. I guess that's probably what the problem is. If I had a background, I would probably like it better. Because they would still blend in a little bit better. Okay, but seeing that from across the room, just them up at the top all the time, I'm just like, shouldn't you be doing something else? But they're just top dwellers, that's all it is. So once my plants get a little bit taller, they'll start swimming around inside of the plants and everything. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Trumpet snails are having to get used to the new tank. I don't think... Let's see if I can get it to focus on this guy. He's just so small. Yeah, that's the closest I'm going to get it. Since I put the new lid on here, honestly, I don't even think it's light. I think it's just, since I moved them from the 20 to the 30 tank, my rainbows, my dwarf rainbows here, they've started flaring up and showing against each other and starting to show mating behavior, which they never did in my last tank. Never did. And now they're starting to do it. It's pretty cool. So that hopefully, maybe, that means they're on the precipice of trying to do it. Because this one here, it's pretty bulgy. That doesn't mean anything, but it could be holding something. See, when it looks straight at me, which it tends to do because these ones are, like, they'll come right up to the tank and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing new here? You don't belong here. See, see how they just come right up? They're like, you don't belong here, man. It's pretty funny. They're pretty cool. If I had more, it would be a lot cooler, but they're like expensive. They're when I first got them, they were like $4 a piece, and then I went in to go get more, and now they're like $10 a piece, and I wouldn't even be able to tell you what they are now because I can't leave the house. But they're awesome colored fish too. Obviously, rainbow fish. But that's it. I'll give you a couple more updates as time goes along. Really, it's set up. Outside I have some actual aquarium grass growing. I'm germinating it and stuff, and so I'm going to be filling in this stuff, a lot of this stuff with aquarium grass, because with the larger floor, as you can see, it's a little bit more open than I want it to be, and that's only like for the Cory cats. I mean, I need more hides. There's not enough hides right now to where they're just sort of trying to stick on the ground, and so I need to get grass in there or something to put like at least a little. Whoopsie, there he is. But all we can do is try and hide under there, which is not good. And that's my breeding mom, and so I can't stress her out. But like, if I can get that much grass, just 4 fingers, then they'll be able to hide everywhere. See in the back there, right there. Oh, that was horrible. There's a Cory cat back there just sitting out. And they shouldn't have to do that. They should be hidden somewhere. But all I can do now is slowly show you as plants grow, slowly show you as I get thicker crews. But that's it. Have a good one.